Raise up your hand and define. Yes, Brenda. Brenda, define for us population. Brenda, unmute yourself and define for me population.
Population is the number of people in an area.
Yes, thank you. It's a number of people in an area. So when you talk of population, who has an idea of what the population of Uganda could be? Who has an idea? If you have an idea, write down something in the chat. Who has an idea what population could be? The population of Uganda. People must be aware. Unmute yourself and say something. Yes, Anthony? Do you have an idea what the population of Uganda is, the current population of this country? Yes, Rain? Rain, say something. Yes, Rain? Rain is not with us. Anthony, say something. Do you know the population of Uganda?
I think it's around 48 million.
It's around?
48 million.
Hey, that is too big. We are 45 million. That is according to the current statistics. We are 45 million. Now, East Africa ranges the best. It is the first country that is the most populated country in Africa. Can you imagine? With Uganda having a population of 45 million, Kenya has 53 million people and Tanzania having 59. So in as much as we think Uganda is very highly populated, there is a Tanzania up there. But East Africa ranges #1 for being the most populated country in Africa. So today our major guest is going to be on why do you think we have an increasing population over time. We're going to look at the reasons why we are having population growth or increase in East Africa. So, but before we do that, what is population growth? We are going to wonder why are people increasing in number? What is population growth? Population growth. Yes. Yes, Brenda. What is population growth?
Population growth is the increase of number in an area.
Number of what? Animals, people. Cows, okay.
The increase,
yes.
Population growth is the increase of the number of people in an area.
Thank you very much. It is the increase in the number of people. No, what about population growth rates? Population growth rates. Population growth rate. Yes, Lona, I see your hand up. Population growth rates. Population growth rate without wasting time. Lona, yes. Angel, say something. When you talk of population growth rate, Liam, say something.
Population growth rate is the
rate at which the number of people in an area increases. Beautiful, thank you. So today we are going to look at why we are saying population growth is the increase in the number of people living in an area. Then the growth rate is the rate at which they increase. So today we are going to analyze as geographers what factors have led to some areas having bigger population. Why is it that we have population increase in any given country? Okay, so that's going to be our major area. When you think through as a geographer, what do you think is increasing the population? If it is a school setting and you're wondering, in senior 1 you are 50, by senior 4 you're 60, what factors could increase the number in a school setting? But that is not our aim for the day. You're going to wonder, why do we have an increase in the number of people in an area? I see people raising their hands already. Yes, Blessing, could you explain something? Why do you think we have an increasing number of people in an area? What is bringing East Africa at #1 in Africa? Is it that we have so many mothers? Are there more men than women? What is happening? Noreen, say something. We are saying birth rate, high birth rate as our first point. When you hear birth rate, what comes to your mind? Birth rates. Something else. Low death rate. Someone is saying low death rates. Okay. Can you explain, Peter? You're saying low death rates, and I'm saying high birth rates. So what comes before the other? Peter, unmute and say something. Low death rate, high birth rate. My argument. And you're saying low death rate. So what comes before the other, and defend your point? Peter, I'm waiting to hear from you. Peter Yahweh, you said low death rate, and I'm saying high birth rate here. Defend. Okay. Yes, Martha, say something. Patience. We are looking at the factors for the increasing population in East Africa. If your hand is up, unmute yourself and say something. Unmute yourself and say something. Unmute yourself. If you can't, then write down something in the chat. Low death rate. We are defending low death rate and high birth rates. How does that lead to an increase in population? Please unmute. Solomon, say something. Solomon, how does high birth rate and low death rate lead to an increase in population? Viola, please, if I ask you to unmute, then also unmute yourself and start talking. Viola, say something. How does low death rate and high birth rates lead to an increase in population? Viola, I can't hear you. Viola, I can't hear you. Yes, Anthony. Anthony, say something. How does low death rate and high birth rate lead to a high population?
Pardon.
How does a high birth rate lead to an increase in population? How does a high birth rate lead to an increase in population?
In a high birth rate, many children are produced.
In high birth rate, First of all, yes. We said high birth rate, or birth rate is the number of children produced per 1,000 of a population. So if people produce every time you give birth, you're giving birth to 4 children, you're expecting an increase in population. Are we together? Yes. Thank you, Anthony. So a high birth rate results into an increasing population, and then a low birth rate results into a low population. But what brings about high birth rate? How come some women can afford to have 6 children at once, some even 8, and then someone struggles to get 1? What brings the inconsistencies? What brings about the difference in the birth rates?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Say something. Phoebe, say something. I see your hand up. What brings about high birth rates in women? When someone gives birth, they're giving birth to 5 children, while
Teacher.
Others, yes.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, I hear you.
Excuse me, madam.
Brenda, I can hear you.
Okay, in high birth rate, it means that the women who are in
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
You had a question that why is
what brings about high birth rate? What causes high birth rate, Isaac?
high
Why do you
fertility rate.
think some women have more children in
Excuse
one
me,
birth?
teacher.
Yes.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, Isaac, I hear you. So high birth rate is basically as a result of fertility rate. Some women are too fertile.
Affected
In a single birth, they
fertility.
can have 5 children. So that it is the differences in the birth rate. So high birth rate, when you have, for example, I have a lady here. In one birth, she has 4 children. So if I have 10 women producing 4 children every other time they give birth, we are going to have a very high population. Okay, so the differences in the fertility rates is what brings about high birth rate. So with that increase in birth rates, then comes an increasing population. Isaac, say something. I want to move on to the next point. Another one are the improved health facilities. Do you know that of late, people no longer die of the kids, that the children born and even the mothers giving birth no longer give birth or die during delivery, and this is as a result of the improved health services. Right from conception, you start attending antenatal care. We have so many hospitals, all the health centers in Uganda or even in East Africa, they are availed with mama kits. People are now aware of what to do the moment they get pregnant. So cases of children dying of malnutrition, infant mortality rates have lowered. And when that happens, it has resulted into a very high population. Musinguzi, did you forget your hand up or we have something to add? Musinguzi, did you forget the hand up? So the first thing is that we said the high birth rates. Now we are saying the improved health services. Okay. Someone is saying we can't unmute. I permitted you to unmute yourselves. So if you have something to say, please. I'm moving on though. So
Madam, may I have
Mulago Specialized Maternal and Neonatal Healthcare Unit in Uganda. I'm giving you an example of the most recent one. This one takes care of all maternal issues for mothers post, after you've given birth, then before, pre and post maternal and neonatal health care. And with this, we are having very few infant mortality rates and even mothers dying during childbirth. So that has led to a sustainably increasing population. I had someone having something to say? Then, okay, I see your hand up. Something?
Madam.
Yes,
Political stability.
Madam, I've not understood that part of whatever. The part of hospitals, improved facilities in the hospital.
Yes, improved health facilities. And I said, long ago, women used to die during childbirth, and even as if that is not, even the children would not survive before, would not reach 1 year. But because of the poor antenatal services, because of the ignorance, most women would die. The levels of women dying during childbirth have reduced because of the improved health care. The moment someone gets pregnant, you start attending antenatal services. We have the mama. There are so many organizations in support of women that have gotten pregnant, and in so doing, we have a higher level of children surviving. Initially, children would die before reaching even 1 year, but now the infant mortality rates have reduced. And that is basically because of the improved health services. There used to be a lot of miscarriages, malnutrition, ignorance among the mothers. You go and give birth in a field, and then you and your child are helpless. But now, with the current neonatal services offered, very few mothers are succumbing to death because of childbirth. I hope you've understood that. Then early marriages. Now, given the COVID situation, majority of the girls, especially the teenagers, some parents have decided to marry off their children. And when that happens, these children go into marriage at an early age. And what do you expect? They start giving birth early enough. The recent survey in Chegwega district shows that out of the 4,000 women that went to hospital for neonatal services, for antenatal services, 66 of them were below 15. That is very overwhelming. It is absurd that girls are totally getting pregnant. When you go to Iganga, in northern Uganda, districts of Moroto, Karamoja, so many girls are getting pregnant, especially because of the lockdown. So early marriages, because parents believe they can no longer take care of the children, why not marry off the girl and then they get things. So early marriages are also bringing an increase in the population. Imagine you start giving birth at 15. By 30, how many children do you have? So that also plays a big role in the increasing population. I have a picture here of, we are seeing already a little girl pregnant. This is a child, barely 15 years old. Another one is already carrying a child at their back. So such cases are common in East Africa, and it results into an increase in the population. I hope you've understood that. Then we have migration of people from other countries. Which people have just migrated into Uganda? What is the latest rumor regarding migration? The Afghanistans. How many entered Uganda? Ugandans were very excited. How many? 2,000. Someone is saying we cannot hear. Trying to elevate my voice. So we have the recent Afghanistans that entered into Uganda, and I don't think these people are about to leave, are they? So with the increasing number of immigrants, we have Ethiopians, we have Ethiopians, and I think Uganda does not have a policy over against migrations. People can come in and out of Uganda, whether there is COVID or not. It is a very hospitable country, to a point that we're even hosting the Afghanistans, 2,000 people. I wonder how we feed them. Okay, so this has led to an increase in the population. Can you now hear me? Can you now hear me?
Yes.
So the increase in the number of people living in an area results into an increase in the population. We are looking at reasons why we are having increased population in East Africa. I said East Africa is the most populated country in Africa. Can you imagine? Another reason is the improved security. Do you believe this is real? I want someone to defend the fact that we have improved security in East Africa. That is why we are so many. How is security connected to population?
Madam, the security of Uganda is not improved.
It's not. I think that's.
Yes, now that
no, yeah. It's not. Are you fighting that because of the current Vijambia?
yes, yes.
But you see, the government is trying to rectify the situation. They're trying to deal with it. It's not like you can barely sleep at night. When did we last have a war?
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, Anthony.
It's because of the improved security that we are hosting the Afghanistans.
Exactly. Thank you. You must be It is because of our improved security, the political stability, the peacefulness, the harmony that we have even chosen to host people in war-torn countries. How can you say we are not a secure country? Anthony, thank you for defending our government. So the improved security also lowers the death rates. So people cannot die because of the wars. In a situation where we have wars, we have very many people dying. Some of you, if you're doing history, we saw the effects of rebellions and wars and how much it leads to massive loss of lives. But with the improved security, rest assured, the population is going to be high. Thank you. Culture beliefs. How does culture and population rhyme? I want someone to explain this. We have some Baganda men here. Tell us, what does your culture talk about population and giving birth, how do these Baganda men? Yes, Martha.
Teacher.
Yes, Martha. Martha, I want to hear from you.
Teacher, me.
Priska? Yes, okay, Stephen. Stephen, say something.
Teacher, the more children you have, the
among
more
the Baganda.
respect. No.
Among the Baganda, right? Oh, generally.
The more children you have, the more respect.
The more respect.
You are respected in the community.
You are a man of power.
Yes.
The more children you have, the more powerful you are. You are more of a man by the number of children you have. Can you imagine? And such beliefs have made people produce without you can't take care of the children, but you're producing because that is money power for you. And us who are demographers, people who are doing population studies are called demographers. We look at it as a disadvantage, the population. You're crowding the country, showing us your power at the expense of our country. So culture beliefs sometimes, the Baganda, the more children you have. By the way, some of you are many because your parents are looking at you as a source of wealth, especially the girls. You're there, but dad is calling you kasukari. You have no idea. Each time they see you, they are seeing bags of sugar. They are seeing so many tanks coming in the compound when you clock 25. So it is for prestige. You are a source of wealth. They know I have my 5 girls. 10 years from today, I shall be enjoying cows. Others are looking at you as a source of labor, by the way. They know we can till this land with my children without having to look for machines. So you are a source of labor for prestigious purposes, and a musajja in Baganda tebambalira baana. So he is free to have so many children at his own pace with whomever, with whichever woman. That is the culture in Buganda. We move on. Another reason for an increasing population, religious beliefs. Tell me what your religion talks about giving birth. This is the point I need to hear. People who have never gone to church, or those that have been going to church, tell me what religion says. Yes, unmute yourself. Tell me what your religious beliefs, or what have your religious read.
Madam,
yes.
Children are a gift from God.
From God. And when a gift comes in whichever package, just allow. You can imagine. What else have the pastors told you? Answer. Apart from children, we are a gift from God. What other
Religious believe that children are blessing to the family.
They are a blessing, and blessings come from God. Thank you, Anthony. I need to hear from different religions. While the Muslims believe, the more children you have, the more you're considered a man. Polygamy is very much allowed. The Christians, especially the Anglicans, don't believe in family planning. And the Catholics also don't believe in family planning, because for them, God said, go and multiply and fill the world. So why not? Are we together? So it's all about which religion is claiming what. The Muslims will say polygamy, you produce what you can handle, and it is okay to have more than one woman. The Catholics will tell you, don't kill. Each time you're using a contraceptive, any family planning method, you're killing a blessing. So such religious beliefs have resulted into an increase. Fahia, are you telling me what your pastor said? Fahia, what did your pastor say about children and giving birth?
Madam, I'm not a Christian, I'm a Muslim, but in Islam, children are blessing.
A blessing.
The more you produce, the more blessing.
The more chances of going to heaven.
The more you get.
Can you imagine? And this is how we've gotten people to populate our country under such beliefs. Yes, Anzoya, what does your religion say? Write down something on your religion regarding children in the chats. I want to read out. What does your religion say? Claire is saying they're a gift from God, they're a blessing.
Teacher.
Yes.
According to the Bible, Even
to
God
the
told us,
Bible.
God told us to
And
multiply.
and fill the world. And some people, the moment they see space, the world is not yet filled. Okay, let's continue and look at poverty. How does poverty lead to a population increase? I've said continue writing those details, what your religious beliefs are saying in the chat, and as we proceed, how does poverty lead to an increase in population? Yes, Joy. Yes, Joy. Yes, Joy. How does poverty lead to an increased population?
Yes, teacher. I think since people are poor, which means like they don't have jobs and they don't have like what to do in their free time. So they'll just keep going and like impregnating people, they'll just keep like representing.
Joy. You mean even now, when you're free, you're going to give birth?
No, teacher. Like,
so how does poverty lead? Joy, but then convince me that poverty can really increase the population. Daphne, help Joy. We need someone to convince me that poverty can lead to an increase in population.
Okay, yes, madam. Poverty can lead to that, Vanai. Adding on that. Okay, yes, madam. Adding on that, most people do not have productive economic activities to occupy them, and result to producing many children. Yes, madam, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
When people have nothing to do, all they think of is sleeping and manufacturing children.
Yes, madam.
Please make sure poverty does not get you to that point. Okay.
Even I.
Thank you, Priska.
Poverty, go away.
What is your take? Blessing.
Okay, just for me, I think like these poor families, like when parents they find out that they're lacking some things in their family, they sell out the girls and they tell them to go get married so that they get stuff for the family.
She's now bringing in the question of early marriage. Some people are going to go even their children at an early age so that they go and get married and they bail them out of poverty. Yes. Some of you are there on the outskirts waiting. Your parents are counting them when she clocks 16. You are the one to bail the family out of poverty. So poverty somehow makes people look at children as a consolation. Okay. So if God didn't give you the money, at least he has given you children. So Gava is saying because the girl child need money for their needs like pads, for that reason they get to a man who can give them money, and that's how they get pregnant and fill the world. Gava, please don't make such mistakes. You give birth and the man will leave you and you still remain in poverty. Yet you've also increased our population. Okay, then high level of illiteracy. How does this one result into population increase? How does illiteracy? Liam, say something.
Yes, teacher. Can you hear me?
Liam. Yes, I hear you. Liam, I'm hearing you.
I think it's because people are ignorant. They didn't go to school to learn that if you give birth to children and you don't take care of them, you're doing a disservice to the country. So we don't know all that stuff. So
Liam, do you mean at school we only teach you to abstain from sex? What? Do you have to first go to school to know that very many children are not good? Liam, defend the point. It is part of it. They don't know that giving birth is not an honor, like the cultures believe. Claire is saying people are ignorant and they don't use family planning. I think Claire has a good point here. People are ignorant. Some people don't even know that you can use a condom. What are those family planning methods people are using? Tell me, let me see the people who are doing things that are known for their age. Which family planning methods are there? Joy, the way you've raised your hand. Phoebe, which family planning methods do you know? So that we educate these ignorant people. Mirembe is saying condoms. Okay. Hola. Which family planning method do you know? Please write down in the chat. because it seems you can't unmute yourself. Little knowledge about how to carry out child spacing. Yes, people don't know. But some women, you're still, you have a child and then you're breastfeeding and you think intensive breastfeeding is a family planning method, but before you know it, you have another baby on the way. Okay. Someone is saying pills, over-water pills. Are they family planning methods?
Yes, madam.
It's supposed to be PILLAs, not the peelings of matoke. So
yes.
we need to, I think the governments of East Africa are really doing a lot of empowering and educating people on the potential and present family planning methods. We have Marist of Uganda. In Uganda, I think we have that. There is tubulation, vasectomy. People have this withdrawal. Priska, how did you learn these methods, you girl? No, because we go to school. Priska, you can defend your point because you go to school and we educate you on these things. Why am I not so? Then limited family planning methods. We have very few people who are even aware. People have these myths that when you take this family planning method, you're going to become fat, you're going to stop menstruating, yes. It kills the libido levels. All those myths.
You're going to become barren.
You're going to become barren, you know.
Madam,
and that is all under illiteracy.
Madam.
Yes, please.
I wanted to add on that point of family planning. Limited attitude towards family planning.
Listen, don't say limited. Just say a negative or misconceptions. Okay. People have very yes, misconception is the right word about family planning. Now continue.
Madam, let me use negative.
Negative. Misconception.
I may end up biting myself. Negative attitude towards family planning, and this is due to limited sensitization and being expensive.
Beautiful. People have, first of all, people don't even know about the family planning methods.
Yeah.
Then other family planning methods are really expensive, and then some people can't even access them. People in the remote areas. Okay?
Those are the ones increasing
the threats. I think we looked at that, the decreasing death rates. We looked at that under high birth rate. Where Viking, was it Viking? I don't know who it was, I don't remember. Was saying that when the deaths are low, people are dying, therefore the population is simply increasing. People are dying and men are being produced. And that leads to a high population. And then finally, we have the improved nutrition levels. Yes, please.
Madam, I would like to add on the point of high level of illiteracy.
Okay, surely.
Like let's say like for us like let's say the educated children, like when you go to school, you know that when you leave primary, you have your goals set. You know, when you leave primary, you have to go to secondary, you have to go to university. But then those who are at home, when they reach
they don't even have goals, right?
They don't have goals. Just
amazing. So Bambi, you're staying in a neighborhood of Mizigo, and then before you know it, you wake up in the morning, go to the market, buy food, come back, sleep with your husband, and make children. This is why we need to educate.
Yes, madam. Banang.
Yeah, Banang, it is too much. So Bambi, when you're there, try to pass on the information. Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, madam.
So I have a map of East Africa. I have a sketch map of East Africa showing the differences in population. I think we can now see the most densely populated areas, the moderate areas in East Africa. I'm looking at Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania, okay? In Tanzania, if you realize, if you're keen, you must see that areas that are in the plateau region, you're looking at through to Kanaland, then the central Tanzania plateau, the southern Tanzania plateau part. All these areas are sparsely populated because the plateau climate does not favor settlement. The soils are not fertile. But if you look around the lake regions, areas near the lakes, are you seeing the blue colors? all areas near the lake, that is Zimbabwe, Mbale, Eldoret, near the mountains with fertile soils, the population is really high. So I have left you an assignment. Draw a sketch map of East Africa showing population distribution. Okay?
Yeah.
You have been a very interactive class. Thank you very much.
You're
If you
welcome,
want these
madam.
notes,
Welcome.
go into
You're
Google
welcome,
Classroom
teacher.
and put the codes the ZQN.
Okay, madam.
You're going to need this code to draw that map and you submit
Okay, madam.
ZQN ZD6. Holland.
Yeah.
Hola, are you there?
Yeah.
Hola.
Yes, teacher.
I was waiting for you to say
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Your response like an educated child. Hola,
Yes,
I want you to
teacher.
pray for Edify. I want you to give us a closing prayer and we bless Edify. We bless the Christian Schools Association and the ICT Teachers Association. Hola, you're going to pray for us.
Okay. Let's humble ourselves for a prayer. Lord, loving Father, we thank you for the day of giving us. We thank you for the day of giving the people who have organized this organization. Lord Father, we don't take it for granted. COVID has disturbed us, but Lord, you have brought means of making us learn and improve our education. Lord Father, I ask you to bless those people who have organized this session. I ask you to bless our teacher who has helped take us in this session. And I ask you to keep blessing us so that she can improve on our education. I've prayed all this, believing and trusting in Jesus' name we have prayed.
Amen.
Thank you, Hola.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.